Hey there! Today I'm going to be reading a book that I made while I was a student in college. I had just taken a physics test and was spending a weekend in the library with my friend who was studying art and making a lot of art. So I thought I would take a hand at trying to make my own children's book. And it's titled Kitty's Morning Tea, Kinetic Theory of Matter for Kids. It's dedicated to scientific progress and my parents. The sun is shining, it's time to wake up. Get out of bed and grab your favorite cup. Fill the kettle with water, put it on the stove, turn the knob up high, and watch the fire grow. Heat transfers from the fire to the pot. Slowly but surely, the water gets hot. Water molecules, also called H2O, get energy from fire to wiggle to and fro. Heat is actually energy, you see, the same energy that moves both you and me. Watch H2O dance and jump so high. With enough energy, they can even fly. Flying water is what we call gas, steamy and light, and super fast. When H2O boils, it's time to add tea. Yay, shouts the water, someone else to dance with me. Hot water and tea do the hokey pokey. Together they stir, happy as can be. Pour it in your mug, watch the steam, add some sugar, maybe some cream. Or have it plain, have it any kind of way. No matter what, it's going to be a great day. And there you have it, a little book that explains how water, as it gets hot, gets more energy, and this energy is in the form of movement called kinetic energy. And so now what I want to do is to do a tiny little experiment with you demonstrating this. Alright, so I've got two identical cups with two identical tea bags. Whenever you're doing an experiment, you want to make sure that everything is the exact same between your subjects or groups, except for the variable that you want to change. And the variable that we're testing today is whether hot water is better at dissolving tea than cold water. As we learned from the book, heat gives something energy and that increases movement, and the way that hot water turns into tea is when the water molecules and the tea molecules start interacting. So here I've got cold tap water and boiled tap water. So let's see when we pour these in, which one is faster to turn darker. So already you can see that the cup with hot water started turning darker much faster than the cup with cold water. What you can do to extend this experiment is to let these sit for a while and create a graph and come back every minute or every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and you can use colored pencils or paint to try to match the color of the tea. So I have my handy watercolor kit right here, and let's just see just by looking at our eyes, maybe what color these look more like. So I would say probably that the hot water is already starting to be somewhere in between these two colors right here. And the one in cold water, I would say probably looks a little bit more like this one. And so it's important when you're doing an experiment to record the results and using a scale that you can understand what's going on. And here our scale is color. There's not a lot of other ways that you can measure the darkness. Maybe you could have a light meter or something and see how much light is passing through. But for the purposes of something like this, you can just mark down the color, and using paint is a great way to try to as closely mimic that color as possible. So I encourage you to try this at home. If you make any graphs or anything like that, please share them on Instagram or on Twitter and tag me so I can see them. My username is Christine Lou Art, and I would love to see what you're all up to. So I haven't written any more children's books, but I have made a lot of other zines in the time since that I've made Kitty's Morning Tea. But let me know if there's other kinds of videos or questions that you want me to answer, and stay tuned by subscribing. So I'll put the links for the book in the description if you want to print one out yourself or just reference it, or you can even buy a copy on Kindle. You can go ahead and do that. Otherwise, you can just come watch this video whenever you want to revisit the topic. Thank you very much.